Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hop. Today, checking out another West Coast IPA that I got from Joe. Joe, aka Jaws Arcade. We're cracking another one, and I'm cracking this one because it couldn't stand. Literally, look at this. This is really a ninja can, like the Ninja Turtle reference on the label there, because it's like standing like weirdly. Because this was damaged in shipping, but it didn't bust. So we're still good. So just got it in the fridge, cracked it. I thought I should crack it soon, just in case anything else happened, because it looked a bit off or odd, because it's been probably dropped, I guess. But yeah, there's another beer from Joe. Joe sent a bunch of beer along with the beer we were getting for our 4th of July party. So thanks a ton to Joe for this one. This is some local beer to him. This is from North Park, and if you watched our live stream, we actually tried the beer that this beer stems from. So this is North Park Beer Company's Disciples of Foo, with a total Ninja Turtle reference, which is amazing. I love this artwork. It's the Hop Foo hop cone, but as Ninja Turtles. So Hop Foo is probably one of North Park's most famous beers, or at least one of the most brewed and most award-winning ones, according to Joe. We talked a bit about it on the live stream, because Joe sent me a can of Hop Foo, and that was fire West Coast IPA. It was a bit of hybrid of new school and old school, because you got a lot of like brightness and just like fresh, kind of more fruity hop flavor, but also a bit of old school pithiness and whatnot. I loved that. That was amazing. So Joe sent this one over, which is a riff on it, and this series is it's a series where they dissect Hop Foo, and they do double dry hopped, single hopped versions. So it's like same malt bill, same yeast, same everything in the process, but it's just one of the hops featured in many different iterations. And this one is the Chinook Coterie. So it's all Chinook, which is interesting. You know, Chinook, it's old school hop, and it's never really been my favorite, you know, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes in a single hopped IPA. It's 7.1% alcohol, and it's, as I said, double dry hop with Chinook, and it's Chinook Cryo, and Michigan grown Chinook hops. So loads of different types of Chinook, I guess, to try and layer flavor. But man, I love that artwork. Looks fire. So let's check this one out. I don't remember if Joe's reviewed this, but we'll see. I'll just try and put it here. Like, it's just wobbly as fuck. Let's check out the beer. So it looks nice. It's clear beer, West Coast IPA. Man, it's so awesome that Joe sends these beers, because it's so hard to find fresh, good West Coast IPAs in Denmark. There's a couple around locally at the moment, and maybe I should give them a review, but otherwise, it's quite rare. So it looks very nice. It looks a bit similar to Wowie Nugs, maybe a slight notch more golden in color, like a little bit darker, but otherwise, you know, yeah, golden yellow, beery looking. It looks like what people think of when they think beer. And it's got a white head. So let's check out the aroma on the Disciples of Foo Chinook Coterie and see if it's as good as Hop Foo. Wow. Okay. I like Chinook a lot. This is usually not what I associate with Chinook. Maybe that's just because the malt backbone is more simple. Like, I associate Chinook with like big earthiness and like just like resiny and pithy notes. This is like dank, and it's like citric and lemony, lightly tropical even, which is so interesting. Like, but at the same time, it's old school. Like, it's oily citrus. It is citrus pithiness and citrus rind and a bit of pine, and also a bit of the resin stuff, but not as much. Not as much. But okay, they have 3 iterations of Chinook in here, and it's double dry hopped. Man, it smells good. It's bursting out of the glass. The canning date on this, there is none. I'm taking it as fairly fresh. I mean, these guys are local to Joe, and he just, you know, he gets these very easily, so it smells really good. I think they set themselves like passion fruit or something. I just want to see their notes here, because they had some interesting tasting notes, and they also talked about stone fruit, which I guess I can kind of see here. Yeah, there's almost like a bit of peachiness, but it's the same, you know, it's cannabis for hops. This might even smell a bit more new school than Hop Foo did. Yeah, you know, just I guess it's similar. It's similar to Hop Foo for sure. Not as complex, but let's see how they say themselves. Pineapple and peachy notes and citrus, piney, grapefruit. Yeah, interesting. But it is more fruitiness than all earthiness, which is very interesting. I didn't expect that. Let's try it. It smells really good. Cheers. Thanks, Joe. Mmm. Wow, this is not what I expected from a single hop Chinook beer. It's not as good as Hop Fu. Let's say it like that. It's lacking the layers of complexity. That I'd say Hop Fu is at least a 95. I didn't do a full review of it, but it was world class West Coast IPA. This is, it's a bit more one note, but that's because it's one hop, even though it's different iterations. But it definitely presents a more old school flavor profile. Like aroma, I was very surprised of all those fruity flavors going on, but the flavor itself is a bit more, like that earthy, resiny, piney thing. And not that that's a bad thing in any way, shape, or form. That's nice. But it's still quite fruity. Like it's grapefruity, but it's also like vibrant in it, and it's got a little bit of brightness to it, which is really interesting. Like this is never what I associate with Chinook. It's at least on the aroma, the flavor. It's what like usually what I associate with it is like all that earthiness and bitterness. But I think it's also if they do a little bit more of a new school mixed old school approach. I think a big part of all the earthy, resiny, kind of garlicky and like piney flavors you get from Chinook is also because it's like using it hot side a lot. That could be part of it. I'm not entirely sure, but it has some of it. But it's just like it is. I can totally see the peachy kind of that in flavor. But like there's a pineapple and there's like some fruit and some just like fruity hop flavor, not all like this earthy, resiny flavor, and also dankness. I never associate Chinook with dankness. There's a little bit. It's not like crazy. It's not like wowie nugs dank, but there's some dankness. It's really good though. Also like oily citrus, like oily, almost like candied, oily orange pith too. And there's like light crackery malt. Again, showcase for hops, which is awesome. No, super clean, crisp, refreshing. It snaps, which is what I want. And again, the snap, a combination of CO2 bitterness and like bright or just like singy, fresh nuances going into one where it's just like it feels like it snaps. There's like you can almost feel a snap on your palate with the flavor, with also like the CO2 is also part of it. I love it. Like it's like you feel that bubbly sensation on your lip or on your tongue, and the bitterness, dries it out at the same time, and also the dryness of the beer, and then that just goes into like almost a snap. Like it's also weird to say beer is crisp. It's the same thing, right? But it's really good. I'm not as stoked on it on the flavor, but it's probably definitely the best Chinook beer I've ever had. Like, I don't think I've ever had a single hop Chinook beer. Maybe when Mikkeller did their single hop series, but otherwise, this is a very, very good Chinook beer. It would be really fun to try when they do these with some of the other hops, like Mosaic and stuff like that. That's also in Hop Fu. I know they've done those. And I think those are probably really dope because those are hops I prefer a bit more. But I'm really surprised at the amount of fruitiness and stuff like this. Man, the West Coast ain't dead. It ain't. We just need to revitalize it because it is great. It is fantastic. This drinks amazingly. And no trace of the ABV whatsoever. 7.1% alcohol. IPAs used to be that, man, back in the day. It was not 6.5 and 6, especially West Coasters. It used to be up around that territory, almost double IPA territory, I guess, if we talk hazy stuff now. It's like 7.35, 7.5, I think the border is. But yeah, it's really good. 92.3 is? It's a really dope Chinook IPA. I didn't expect that. It's not like world class for me, but it's also just because it's Chinook. But that being said, it's probably the best Chinook beer I think I've had that's single up with Chinook, and you don't have those very often, so... I'm very surprised about the amount of fresh fruitiness that's in this. It's really good. Super tasty, crushable hop-centric beer. Very nice. So yeah, if you guys have a chance to try the North Park Disciples of Fu Chinook Coterie, Let me know what you thought of it. Thanks a ton to Joe for this one. This was a dope ass West Coast IPA. Drink more West Coast IPAs, guys. And brewers, please, if you watch this, brew more West Coast IPA. We need to bring this style back because when it's done like this, it's done right and it's damn good. So yeah, if you guys had a chance to try this, let me know. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And thanks a ton to Joe for the beer. Check his channel out. Link for it is down below. And I'm gonna say cheers. I'll see you guys in the beer review.